I'm gonna drop another jewel, not another gem, and you gonna miss it. Hi guys, welcome back. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in. Please consider subscribing, and if you've been here before, thanks for returning. So I wanted to get into the topic of, I guess, like mind frame. So I just feel like there was two incidents actually where I tried to help somebody that actually asked me for help. And I have a website where you have to book a one-on-one consultation or ongoing services. If you're looking for a specific template, you can let me know what that is and I'll work on it for you, charge you, but then I also add it to my website for others who have the same questions. So very seldomly, I'm passionate about this. So if somebody asks me a small question, it might turn into a bunch of information that you didn't ask for, but you're happy you had that conversation with me. Okay, so generally, those are the type of things that people should be paying for. So on a number of occasions, I've been helping someone, and the reason for these videos is, I probably said this before, but it goes with this topic. The reason for the videos is so, I'm only one person. I have a lot going on, so if I don't have time to repeat myself to multiple people, I can refer them back to a video where I've already mentioned the steps or what to do or who to contact and how to do your research, how to create a document and things like that. I don't have to take up an hour or 2 hours because sometimes I get carried away. I could just refer you back to a video. So in these two events, somebody asked me a very simple question, and my response was in a kind way, of course, just to kind of see how much work they've done so that I could give them the best answer, or if they didn't understand it after reaching out to the state or something like that, I could respond in a better way to help them understand. You know what I'm saying? And so this has only happened these two times, but it's very important in this industry that you're patient, you're understanding. If you don't understand something, you ask questions. It's not okay to jump down somebody's throat. It's not okay to not be able to accept criticism in the healthcare field. It's forever evolving, okay? It's innovative. So if somebody's criticizing you or critiquing something or updating you on your information, again, one of the reasons why I've been to CNA school twice. There was an unfortunate situation where I didn't take my test the first time, but nonetheless, to be an administrator in the role that I'm in now, an owner of a home service agency, I don't need to be a CNA. I went to school to polish up on my information, because how can you train and teach somebody or tell somebody or try to relate to somebody in all these things? How can you be the best person if you've never been in that role? So even with the things that are changing today, I want to put things in place that help my caregivers. So I took it upon myself to go back to school to polish up on my education, because it's always changing in the healthcare field. Okay, so that's one. I'm not afraid to do the work. I'm not afraid to go to school. I'm not afraid to ask questions. I mean, all of those things have led me to where I am now. It didn't break me. It didn't make me resentful. I still love it the same. I'm still just as passionate. I'm still taking classes. I'm paying for services where I could watch videos unlimited amount of times, and I'm getting so much information from it. It's like being in school. I'm taking notes. I'm applying it to my business, to my lifestyle. I never miss a chance to learn something. You have to forever be teachable. And when somebody approaches something that you're not doing right, or they see it, I would be wrong to continue to let somebody go on a certain way. I would be doing you a disservice if I didn't point out certain things. And I'm not a nasty person. I always go about things with, I will ask the question to make sure I'm not assuming, right? And that we should always do that. I ask the question to make sure I'm not assuming and to determine which route I want to go. Because if it was said to you this way before, you didn't understand it because you're asking me again, then maybe I can approach it a different way. I went to school for psychology, so sometimes it's the way you deliver the message, it's the words, the terminology, the tone. Is people get distracted with various things. So I come from a different standpoint to try to help individuals understand better. And what I will say is, for the most part, those certain individuals have something going on within themselves that they need to correct. And that is your mind frame. You cannot go on in this industry thinking that people are out to get you with the smallest gesture that was completely harmless. You're going to have to put your pride aside so many times, because you are an owner of a home service agency. You have people's lives in your hands. People are depending on you to deliver on a promise. You are the head administrator. Everything is going through you, especially if you're in the beginning and you don't have that much money or whatever the case is. You're probably doing majority of everything by yourself. You're not outsourcing. You don't have the support. You don't have the funds. You're doing everything by yourself. So when you're taking care of somebody, you're making a promise to deliver. So if you don't show up, or if your caregivers don't show up and somebody don't eat because they can't get out of bed and make it themselves, and you were supposed to be there, they didn't get up to use the bathroom, and now they're sitting in their own mess because you didn't make it over there. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to take a step back and pay attention to a lot of things. Pay attention to the way you take things. When somebody says something to you, put your pride aside and pay attention to what the message is. Pay attention in the sense of dissecting things that you don't understand and asking questions where you should. Figuring out what the right question is to ask. Sometimes we ask why when we should be asking how. You know what I mean? So figure out the question that you have to add, that you need to be asking. That's one of the things that I teach my kids a lot. They're asking me something, but they're asking the wrong question. They're asking a question that is not going to get them anywhere. It's irrelevant when you really need to be asking something else. If you're not paying attention, you're going to be coming up on the stages where you're handling payroll, you're handling care plans, things like that, trainings, filings. You have somebody to answer to. The state could knock on your door at any time without a warning. You know what I'm saying? So if you're not paying attention, it's lack of productivity, mistakes, insufficiencies. I mean, so many things could go wrong from somebody not paying attention. So it's definitely it's not coming from me in a bad way, but it relates to the business. It relates to your productivity. It relates to the accuracy within your business. Listening to directions. I would tell somebody exactly what to do, and again, they may not be asking the right question, but they may get frustrated with me or think that I'm gatekeeping, or I'm trying to come at them in a negative way, which I would not do that. Those things will cause you trouble in the long run, because you have to understand, to have a business license, to go through the state to obtain such a thing is a big deal. It's huge. It's nothing to be taken lightly. The fees, the amount of fees that you can obtain from not paying attention, from not asking questions when you should, from asking the wrong questions, from worrying about the wrong things, irrelevant things, from focusing, putting your energy in the wrong place of, oh, she had an attitude with me, oh, she was gatekeeping, instead of hearing what I actually said, could cause you huge mistakes. I'm just getting started. I can't imagine getting a knock at my door and being hit with violations that you got to pay now per violation. If all your files are wrong and you have a violation, you get dinged on each file that's incorrect. But you're arguing and worried about something that you took the wrong way. You have to polish up on your mind frame. You have to put your pride aside. You have to level up. You're in a different position now. It's a new chapter. It's a lot of things that gotta change. You can't be afraid to do the work. If you are not doing the work and you're looking for the answers, you're looking for somebody to do something for you, you can't. I mean, you can, but you won't get far, because there's lots of things. There's a document, now that I think about it, that I want to show y'all, but it has personal information. While I'm talking, I'm going to try to see if I could pull it up to y'all. But, let me see. Because what I want to say is, if you can't do the work now, what you gonna do later? What you gonna do later when the state give you a packet of corrections? It's not like the policy and procedure. It's a whole lot more. And then that you gotta scan, send it back, fill it out, sign it. It's a lot of work. Let me see. This was my plan of correction, and let me tell you something. First of all, if you buy your policies and procedures from somebody, a lot of times nobody wants to touch it if you already started it and you got inconsistencies. Nobody wants to go behind you and try to fix that. You have to work with them from the jump. And okay, so I've only reached out to 2 people, but they both said the same thing. So if you're working by yourself, you pay somebody for those policy and procedures, and that's it. They got your money. You got bogus policy procedures, whatever the case is. You got to deal with the state, and they're gonna send you something that look very complicated. This just look complicated. Okay, so they tell you what's wrong. You got to type it all out on this paper, which how does it even fit? How is this policy? A policy can be 11 pages long. Background check policy could be 11 pages long. How am I supposed to fit that in here along with the other ones? That's crazy. It's complicating. It's a lot of work. If you get any advice from anybody that's been down this road already, appreciate it. I would say the best thing to do is to just take the information in and be like, okay, thank you for that. Go home and do your own research. It's no point in arguing. If you know you 100% right, first of all, if you know you 100% right, there's no need to argue. Second of all, if you 90%, 98%, 99% sure that you're right, if you have any doubt in your mind, just say, okay, figure that maybe something changed and I just haven't been hip to it yet. I haven't seen it yet. I didn't get around to it yet. I haven't been exposed to that information yet. Just say, okay, take the information and do your research later on. That's like the best thing you could do. Especially when the help is free. I'm not saying that because somebody's giving something to you for free, it has to be done in a nasty way. That's like, it's about how you perceive it. And if you perceived it the wrong way and they're telling you that, no, you took that the wrong way, the best thing you could do is just be like, okay, I took it the wrong way then. And just move on with it. Because if you don't fall out with that person, you can always go back to that person. Once you fall out with that person, you don't know who. And like me and my friend was just talking about this today. It's not what you know a lot of the times, it's who you know. And that can get you really far. Or it could be your downfall, especially if you're somebody who has yet to work on your mind frame. You can't always look for a handout. You have to remember why you're in this business, why you want this business. And to me, to hear that somebody wants to just quickly get things done and they want the answers to it, and especially to be asking for free, it's like, I can't help but to think that you're looking at the end result of how lucrative it is, and you're not looking at what can I do for my people, for my community. There's no passion. It's not passion driven. You know what I'm saying? That is my thoughts. If there was passion to it, you would want to do it the right way. And I'm not saying that if you purchase policies, it's not the right way. I can understand, which I wouldn't put policies out if I thought that. I don't think that. I think there's a level of understanding to be understood, and when it's not, it's okay to outsource or look for help otherwise. Because like I said, the reason why I come here is because this help wasn't here when I was going through my licensing. And even before then, to know what to expect or who to reach out to, it wasn't there. So going through it myself, I understand that, maybe I had the idea of what this policy is: annual training, annual competency. With that policy in particular, I just showed y'all, like, with that policy in particular, I had a bunch of different policies when it could have just been one policy. I could have very easily put annual competency, annual training, initial training. I could have put it all together, and that's what I did. And it passed. But I didn't know that. I had to go through trial and error to figure that out. We're already new to this. So some unexpectancies have to be expected. It just is. But you don't want to make more for yourself, create more unexpectancies for yourself by not following small procedures of paying attention to detail. That's something that is required. You get a care plan and you're relaying it to, if you're doing everything by yourself now, like I am, you're relaying it to your caregiver, or your alternate administrator. Even if it's not a care plan, whatever you change the rules and whatever the new regulation went out and you're making somebody aware of something, you have to pay attention to detail. It's a full circle. You're not only doing it in your interactions, but you're doing it in your business. Like, it's really lifestyle changes that need to be made. You can't pull up at Chick-fil-A and have an attitude because they made you pay for a sauce. Actually, I went to Chick-fil-A the other day and I got a fry and I asked for ranch. And he was like, oh, we only give 2 with the fries. And I'm like, well, I want 3. And I was like, can I just pay for it? And he was like, no. He's like, I'll just throw it in because you can't pay for it. I said, okay. But, if he was just like, oh, well, you can't pay for it and I can only give you 2. I can't yell out my window at that man. I can't throw my bag of Chick-fil-A at him and be like, I don't want it then, or give me a refund then. Like, you can't do that. Especially if you start out, just period. But especially if you start out the head of your business, the face of your business, you're the one that's out. You're making the calls. You're out doing lunch and learns. You're out meeting with social workers and going to the hospitals and doing presentations. It's you. It's your face. So if the person behind you at Chick-fil-A was a social worker and she saw how you acted, how do you think they're going to perceive you? Do you think they're going to work with you or going to want to work with you? What if the client was behind you in the car with their child? It was a busy day. They pulled up at Chick-fil-A and order takeout for the evening because it had got too late. And they see you throwing your bag at the cashier and telling him, I want a refund because you didn't give me no sauce. You literally have to watch yourself, your attitude. You really have to reset your mind frame because it will get you in a world of trouble. It could be your downfall. You don't want to put all your work into all administrative, all education background polishing up, going out into the community and doing things, creating so many blog posts, ranking high on Google, all this work that you could possibly put in, to have one incident change that for you. Because that's all it takes, is one incident. Just like it could take one thing for us to go viral on YouTube or TikTok or whatever we're doing. You know, it could take for one thing for somebody to go viral and now they're famous. It could take one thing, good or bad, for you to go viral, and you can lose it all in literally in the blink of an eye. You have to be slow to anger. You have to correct yourself, and you have to allow others who you value, who value you, to be able to let you know when you slipping. I don't know about nobody else, but the people that I care about, that's close to me, I'm not going to watch you go the wrong direction. I'm not going to sit back and watch that, because I don't believe that anybody deserves less than. And I want to see people close to me make it. I probably get on my family's nerves because we're in a group chat. I text them so much throughout the day. Information, job postings, ideas, self-care ideas, family ideas, partnering ideas, real estate ideas. Like, I text them all day long. Anything helpful, anything I find interesting that could be aspiring to them, all day long. I want to see my people win. Even y'all, I don't know y'all, but when I see y'all come to the comments and we have this thing in common and you're showing me love, I just, like, some of the things I should charge for, I just be like, I just get to talking. I be so happy that y'all find value in my content. So when you tell me that and then it's followed by a question, I just be like, you know, and I don't want to change that. I don't want to be like, oh, well, you're going to have to book a one-on-one for that. That would be every single response. That would be every single reply to every comment. And you don't see that at all. Far from it. Far from it. So, I just want to say, have some appreciation. Be slow to anger. Take your time with things. Don't get frustrated easy. If somebody does come at you negatively, there's a way to handle that. There's a better way to handle it. But nonetheless, you can't carry all of that, especially being head of your business. I mean, for one, just having a negative energy around you, it's not good. If you have caregivers that you're in contact with, somebody calls you and says, hey, I'm at the caregiver's house and she won't answer the door, and you got an attitude with them like, well, you need to be clocking in, or whatever the case is, you done snapped at your caregiver. They did nothing wrong. Now it's a hostile environment. Now they don't want to be there. What you gonna do when they quit? What you gonna do when they quit? Go to the labor board and collect unemployment insurance. Because you done snapped. Because you don't know how to control yourself. Because you didn't check your mind frame. Because you didn't allow somebody to critique you or give you advice. It could get real crazy real quick. Yeah. Because I was one of them. I don't take no disrespect from nobody. And like I said, there's a way to handle things. So if I got disrespected at a job, okay, notated. I got my proof. Type up Google, labor board. Were they in the wrong? Screenshot it. Unemployment insurance, how can I claim? Oh, how do I qualify? Screenshot it. All my little evidence I had, I send it right back to the office. Emailed expeditiously. While you caught an attitude with me today, I discovered, and then I got all my proof. I didn't play no games. None. I ain't got to do too much talking. I'm going to just let you know that I know, and I'm not going to tolerate it. So when you talk to me, have some respect. Because I may be new to your agency, or you may be new to this agency, and you may think you're going to come in here and change the game, or I wish she would attitude, or she better this, she better that attitude. But you don't know I don't have to do all that. So I've been in that position before. And if you have anybody smart enough to do the same, you're going to be in a world of trouble. If you have anybody worse than me that don't give you a warning and just do it, you're going to be in a world of trouble. It's going to be a bad word of mouth case for your agency. They may have friends that they said, hey, come work here with me. It's good pay. They pay every week. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to worry about calling out. It's a flexible schedule. And then when they hear about the disrespect, their friend want to leave too. What about the people that was maybe on their way out the door anyway and had better opportunities, but they were loyal? And now you done lost some good caregivers because you couldn't check yourself. And what about clients that have a really good relationship with these caregivers that you might let go? It's so many scenarios, you never know. You never know. I just got off the phone with my attorney. This has nothing to do with this, but I just got off the phone with my attorney on a case that has been going on for so long. The reason why is because whoever hit me in a car accident shares a car with his dad. They both on a title. And there's two. It's a duplicate. Son and dad. Same exact name, same exact car, in the same city. Isn't that crazy? So let's say his name is John Doe, and the dad's name is John Doe, and the son name is Kevin Doe. There's another John and Kevin Doe with the same dang on car. The world is crazy. The world is crazy. You never know what to expect. So I'm just giving that story because what are the chances? What? That, I don't know if nobody else find that crazy. To me, I find that so crazy. But it just goes to show you, it's just a reminder that you never know what's going to happen. But when I was a caregiver under a different agency, all of my clients appreciated me and loved me and didn't want me to go anywhere. I would say, I'm going on vacation. Let me know if you want somebody to be here while I'm not here. Nope, I'm gonna wait on you. They didn't want nobody else working with them. And it's crazy because initially it wasn't like that. I had to remind them several times, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I came here to help you. There was a job that needed to be fulfilled. I need to work to get money, but I'm at this particular job because this is something I love to do and I'm passionate about. I'm not trying to be mean to you. I'm not trying to hurt you. You may not want to take a bath today. You might want to cuss me out, but I just want to help you. If you need that bath, let's get that bath, you know? And it might be days where I don't even feel that good. Like, I don't even want to be at work. It's been a long week, you know, but it's the reasons why. It's the passion behind it, why I was able to put my pride aside. While I was able to not take it personally. I know my clients love me. You know what I'm saying? We went through a lot of back and forth, and I stuck through it with them. And I feel like that is one of the things like that helped us connect better. And in the end, they were like, wow, this girl has been with me through it all. And it kind of helps them realize, you know, a good thing. Like, I have a really good caregiver. It could be worse. I can have somebody who don't care. I can have somebody who just come here and sit on their phone. Like, they start to really take heed to that and appreciate it. And so when they have such a strong connection with a caregiver that chose to quit on you because of your attitude, you've lost the caregiver and now you lost the client. So it's just something to think about. That's it, y'all. I feel like it could have been longer, but that's it. I don't have no other background side stories or anything like that. If you guys know Coach Michelle, she has a conference coming up. I kept battling the decision of going or not, and to me it's very last minute. So she's had, not for her, she's had this going on, it's an annual thing, but for me, getting my license at the end of December It was granted on the 26th. I didn't get it till the new year. And that's when I was like, I'm not doing nothing until I get my license. So January, I got my license. It's February 22nd. I'm just now deciding to go. I actually booked my flight for Atlanta yesterday. And so I will be going. But I just wanted to let y'all know that. So I am still learning through Coach Michelle. She's very insightful. Very insightful. I will say that the free information given on YouTube, I think that's all I see her, like YouTube and Facebook, but mainly YouTube, is really good information, especially for those starting out and researching. I will say, because see, this platform is about my journey. I'm not just coming here to teach all the time, but also just to kind of show you what I went through and things. So I will say, if you are just starting out and you're still researching things, you're still trying to understand the difference between home care and home health and worker registry, like if you're still trying to learn those basic things, the YouTube platform of hers is really good. I remember watching probably like one of her first 3 videos, and it was like she was on vacation or something. It was like a forest behind her, and she was explaining the difference between home health and home care. I think for the life of me, I couldn't understand the difference. I was like, what? And I probably watched her video. This is why I said sometimes you have to watch these videos as many times as it takes for you to understand it. Because as you're learning, as your days go by and you're learning and you're starting to catch on a little bit more, the next time you watch that video is going to make more sense. You're going to see where you can apply these things. I watched her videos so many times until I started to understand it. And to now it's like, oh, that's not really helping me. So what I did find, I paid for the candid conversations. The candid conversations are life-changing. So let me tell you, when she says that conference is life-changing, because she says that, I don't doubt it for 1 minute. I just don't. And I said to myself, now I tried to do the candid conversations a couple times, but for some reason, I think my payment, there was one time my payment didn't go through for sure. And that was like maybe January. Because like I said, I was like, once I get these licenses, I'm not holding back nothing. Once I get the license, I'm not holding back nothing. The little bit of money I got, I'm finna invest in myself. I'm finna invest in my business. I don't got time to be trying to build business credit, because it ain't came, and my credit is good. My credit is good, okay? Not only do it say good when I pull it up, but it's good, okay? So I don't know what the problem is, but I don't got time to wait. So I'm really good with money and saving and sales and things like that. I said, when I get them their license, I'm finna take off. I ain't got time to wait. So I already knew that I was going to do that, but it didn't work out. So it kind of was like out of sight, out of mind. And then recently it was brought up again, I think YouTube or something. Facebook. So I checked it out again, and I said, I'm finna go ahead and just buy it on a whim. I didn't even think about it too much. I was like, I'm just gonna go ahead and do it now. And I told myself, I was like, if I get information from the candid conversation, if it's given like that, I'm gonna think about conference. It was given like that. It was given, I couldn't even keep up with my notes. It was given, it was so overwhelming in a good way. I couldn't keep up. She would say something, and I'd be like, what does that have to do? What are you talking about? You got to be slow. You got to be slow to anger or frustration build up. You have to slow down. Let things settle. Let things process. Allow that. Allow it to sit with you. Replay it if you have to. It was just like one time, but it was good because it was a nice reminder. And it was like, if at any time, because there's other people she allows questions, you could watch the playback. If you're there and when it's live, you could chime in, ask questions and things like that. And it's like, Even other people's questions are insightful. But even if I didn't understand somebody asking something, you probably just haven't reached that level yet. So just be slow to your reaction. Be slow to your frustration. Be slow to like, duh, she just said XYZ, because 9 times out of 10, just give it a minute. It's going to hit you, because I'll be like, oh, that's why she said, I get it now, you know? And that's all it took for me to just be reminded. Not that I was headed in a direction. It's just like, I was like, wait, what are we talking about? And I was like, oh, okay. So I will say it's levels to her platform. Basic knowledge, I think, was free, and it's very good for getting started. Next level is like candid conversations. And we'll see how conference is, but if it's anything better, if it's better than it probably not like, I don't want to say like better, but if it's anything like the candid conversations, like candid conversations on steroids, it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be crazy. And then I can only imagine how like the VIP classes are, or memberships. I don't know exactly what she called them, but she has like, so for my ongoing support, she has things like that. And so she was mentioning that she does like role play and things like that, and she showed an example of that on her YouTube before, and I loved it. Very helpful if you're just starting out. But yeah, I just wanted to give some insight on somebody else that I watch, and I'm forever learning. I'm teachable. I'm gonna continue to be that way. There's somebody that I followed before, and I went on her YouTube page, and I was blocked. So I went from Facebook. I keep getting them mixed up. I was on Facebook page, and I was blocked. It was a group. And so I went to another page, and then I messaged her personal page, and I was like, hey, did I say something? Did I do something wrong? Because it looked like I'm blocked from this page. And she felt like I was trying to take her group members or something. And I wasn't like soliciting, I guess you would call it. I wasn't soliciting my services or nothing like that. If somebody asks, I'll probably refer them, or I'll be like, oh, you can ask me questions if you want to in the inbox. I don't mind answering questions. Even besides that, it's just, if I'm in that group, I don't want to just take from that group. I want to be able to give back. And I like to, y'all know, I like to just remind people that I'm in this state, because if you starting out, it's just like a kid. They learn from repetitive, like routines and things like that. So you starting something out, having a repeat is going to be good for you. If you're going to take a test, you're going to keep repeating the formula in your mind, things like that. You're always going to remember that pi is 3.14. Like you got to do repetitive things to remember things, or to learn things. So I like to remind people, even though it's in my description, even though it's in the first video, maybe somebody didn't come in, when we started, or when whoever started, maybe they're not OGs, maybe they saw this on their feed and just clicked on it and started from there. So you just never know. You have to be careful how you perceive things. But anyway, I like to remind people I'm in a different state. So do with this information as you will. And I don't know. So that was interesting. So I did get back in the group, but I just found it interesting. Like a simple conversation could have just eliminated all that. And then, I don't know. I mean, I figure in a group, that's kind of what you want. You want these interactions. You want people here to help each other and things like that, which reminds me, check the description box, and the Facebook group is listed in there. You guys can go join. When there's more activity, or when there's more people in there, it'll get more active. I'm gonna give y'all time to go ahead and follow that Facebook group, and it's a lot of things in store for that. So do that. Again, subscribe here so we can get some membership things going on. Work on your approach at life. just at life. Just kind of watch yourself and see how you do things and why. Because I will say another thing is, for so many years, you could just be set at doing things a particular way for no rhyme or reason. You just always been that way. And so for myself, it's a lot of things that I was just like, why do I do that? You know? It's not a particular reason. It's just because I always did things that way. And so sometimes it's like, I'm going to stop doing that. I'm going to change that. You know, with my kids, sometimes they be like, can I get my phone? I'm so used to saying no. Because is your room clean? No. Are your chores done? No. Did you do your homework? No. You know, everything that I ask them is no. So I be so used to, well, I know your room ain't clean. I know you ain't do your chores. I know you ain't do your homework. So I'm just going to keep saying no every day. Can I get no? Can I? No. I'm just so used to it. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes with yourself, you have to take a step back and just, you know, observe the way you deal with people. Observe your interactions. Pay attention to your tone to things. Think about how somebody else would take it, how you would take it if somebody else said certain things to you in a certain way or a certain tone. You know, because there's certain people you might easily be like, you in my business. And it's other people you would be like, oh, I'm not sure. What is it that this person has that you would be like, oh, I'm not sure? And what is it that this person has that you like, rude enough to be like, oh, you in my business, with that attitude? You know, just watch yourself. Pay attention to those things. Work on strengthening your mindset. Work on putting your pride aside. Look at the bigger picture. Look at what you have to lose. Be appreciative and grateful for what you already have, especially if somebody's trying to help you, because in this industry you could easily pay $20,000 more. That's probably on the lower end. You know what I'm saying? To get any type of help. To get any type of help. You might have the simplest question, but you got to pay $700 for a one-on-one. Any information somebody give you, be appreciative for it. Even if I get the wrong, I have asked questions before, and it's like, you didn't answer my question. That is not where I was going with this. I already know that. Like, I know those things, and what do? Okay, thank you. And then I go do my research. Because without them, I'm going to figure it out anyway. I was going to figure it out anyway. I just wanted to run it through you. Even if you paying for it. You know, sometimes it's just, you have to watch yourself. And that's just what it is. But anyway, other things to take note of. My website is in the description box below. If you guys need help with certain policies, let me know. I'm trying to do another video creating policies, but I want y'all to see what I'm doing. I don't want to just put the phone on the computer or on a paper. I want y'all to see exactly like what I'm clicking on when I type, when I go back and forth to pages, when I'm comparing things. I want y'all to see that in a way that's not so boring, so you can understand it. But I don't know how to do it. If anybody can help me with that, let me know. But my website will be in the description box. So as I finish the policies, I will upload them. Really slow on those right now because I got a lot going on. But if you made it this far, I really appreciate you. Leave a comment in the description box and let me know that you watched all the way up until this point. And I'm going to just say, if you skip through here, or I don't know, if you're still here and you skip through here or whatever the case is, you got to watch the videos, because I be dropping gems and you never know at what point I'm going to do that. So you should probably watch the whole video if you're really here for the purpose of learning and polishing up and free information that could take you far. I would say, yeah, you gotta tune in. I'm gonna drop another jewel, another gem, and you gonna miss it. So don't miss it. Anyway, y'all, I'm finna close. I'm so sleepy. I don't know if you can tell my eyes. Yesterday I had blood shots, but thank you guys for watching up until this point. I really appreciate the engagement when you guys engage. Let's get ready for some new level things. Check out Coach Michelle, because thanks to her, I'm learning a lot. I'm going through a lot. and I'll be able to let you guys know how I got there. So yeah, I'm not gonna gatekeep, but through my one-on-ones and things like that, I'll be more than happy to take y'all through exactly, you know, the details of everything. But just tune in, because it's a lot going on. So beat me there, don't meet me there, and I will see you in the next one.